Africans living in China's southern city of Guangzhou are allegedly enduring mistreatment and harassment at the hands of the Chinese government. In this exclusive, our reporter Michael Appel speaks to a South African who's under forced quarantine despite testing negative for COVID-19. For his safety, his identity has been hidden.
This South African citizen has been living and working in China for almost a year and a half. It's been a largely pleasant experience, but he says things changed earlier this week when he was placed under forced quarantine.
There's been a specific focus on only Africans because my colleagues from America, from Australia, from England are not facing the same issue as it stands.
I heard about cameras being installed outside of people's apartments. Is that true?
Yes. So my quarantine basically has a piece of paper on my door and there's a camera facing my door to track my movements. I got a message from my landlord yesterday to say is apparently some foreigners left out of the rooms escaped quarantine, and therefore as a result, if I leave my room, I will be repatriated back to South Africa.
He says he knows of at least 2 South Africans who've been asked to move out of their apartments, while other Africans endure worse treatment.
Where the majority of the traders are, and there's a big African contingent from places, people from different places, they're having different experiences, where some of them have been kicked out of their apartments and have been asked to move and are not welcome in hotels, in grocery stores, in shopping malls.
Is this state-sponsored racism?
I think there's clear discrimination. Some of it is out of fear, and obviously in some areas because people are bigoted, they're going to act out, and that's what I'm honestly fearful for after this.
Despite their treatment, he asks South Africans not to retaliate.
They need to make sure that how they treat our Chinese nationals in South Africa is with kindness and decency, and treat them as humane as you can, because this is not their doing.
Meanwhile, at a recent meeting with China's ambassador to the African Union, the continental body expressed its extreme concern at allegations of maltreatment of Africans in Guangzhou, asking that the situation be remedied. South Africa's Department of International Relations and Cooperation has similarly issued a statement in the wake of allegations that Africans are facing forced testing, quarantine, and inhumane treatment. Locally, the Economic Freedom Fighters has condemned what it calls the abuse and racist treatment of Africans living in China. Michael Appel, Johannesburg.
Well, the Chinese embassy issued a statement this evening saying, and I quote, "African friends can count on getting a fair, just, cordial and friendly reception in China. The foreign ministry will stay in close communication with the Guangdong authorities and continue responding to the African side's reasonable concerns and legitimate appeals."